'Tis the season, the most wonderful time of the year. Celebration with friends and family. It's time to pay tribute to this jolly month. So join us as we get into the Christmas spirit. You've heard of Elf on the Shelf, but this is Venom on the Shelf.
Black Christmas!
Oh, I love that movie.
2006.
Oh god.
The original is insane, and I hate that it took me this long to watch it. The visual storytelling, the horror, the suspense, I actually think it's a lot scarier than Halloween, and it set the standard for slasher films. Featuring a sorority house consisting of Olivia Hussey and Margot Kidder, who start to receive some disturbing, indistinguishable phone calls before being picked off one by a killer seemingly without a motive, as they try to figure out who the hell it could be. It's great.
The film is considered by many to be one of the greatest unconventional holiday movies. With a great cast, great storytelling, and great use of horror, it's hard not to see that.
But you know Hollywood gonna fuck it up!
I'm really not okay with any of this.
Glenn Morgan had remade another 70s movie a few years earlier, Willard, for his directorial debut, but it flopped at the box office, so Dimension Films approached him to remake Black Christmas instead.
His first one sucked, so they asked him to do another one?
Yep.
Dude just fucking lost it.
Morgan was a massive fan of the original, so why did he want to destroy it?
Shut the fuck up!
So he agreed to the remake, but he wanted to take the film in a different direction as the original, whilst respecting what made the 1974 version so good.
He wanted to rework parts of the original that were left ambiguous and explain it all. So he wanted to respect what made the original 1974 film so good, which was, leaving things mysterious and ambiguous, by making them not mysterious or ambiguous. This dude's a moron!
What else do you need?
While the original left the killer mysterious and unsolved, this one gives him a name, a backstory, and everything! Rob Zombie, is that you?
Merry fucking Christmas.
He was inspired by the real serial killer, Edmund Kemper, who was locked in the basement by his mother, who he would end up murdering.
However, the studio interfered, specifically Bob and Harvey Weinstein. Oh, I don't remember any rape scenes in this film. Well, actually.
They wanted to change the film's tone and the way it should end. Originally, the ending was a lot more mysterious and ambiguous to pay homage to the original film, uncertain who the killer was or whether they were still alive.
However, Bob Weinstein scrapped this ending and wrote a whole new one, adding a lot more gore as well. But this led to two different versions being released in Europe and North America. But even worse, some of the scenes that were used in the trailer weren't even shown in the movie, as the Weinsteins cut them out.
Oh, come on, you piece of shit.
However, the Weinsteins behind Glenn Morgan's back did go and shoot extra scenes, specifically for the trailer for advertising purposes, knowing they wouldn't be in the movie.
However, the movie caused backlash due to it being a dark slasher film that even fixates on Christmas's pagan origins, and was released on Christmas Day, many finding it offensive, ill-founded, and insensitive.
The movie managed to earn a worldwide total of $21.5 million against a budget of $9 million, but it was panned by critics and fans alike, horrified at what they did to their beloved classic.
In fact, since Willard flopped, director Glenn Morgan said that if this one bombed as well, he would quit directing altogether. And it didn't make a lot of money and was hated by critics, and to this day he stuck to his word and hasn't directed another film since.
In fact, this one sucked so much, Bob Clark even wanted to work on a direct sequel, with Olivia Hussey and John Saxon even coming back. But he sadly passed away before this could happen.
So they said, fuck you, Bob, let's remake it again!
Are you kidding?
But is the 2006 version really that bad?
Yes.
I mean, yes, I was trying to leave it ambiguous to keep the audience guessing. Of course it's terrible.
Oh, sorry, my bad. Go ahead.
So, is the 2006 version really that bad?
Yes.
Oh, just forget it. This is Black Christmas 2006.
Old Mr. Kringle is soon gonna jingle.
Just to remind you that this is in fact a Christmas movie. So the original has this woman on the phone and wandering the house while the killer lurks in the darkness. We get a solid 7 minutes building up before she is suffocated with a bag, and it's actually quite graphic. But here, 2 minutes in, she gets a bag over her head and then stabbed.
Wait, so he puts a bag over her head and then stabs her? So right away we have a killer who can't even decide on his method of murder. Gee, I can't wait to see more.
We then cut to a mental asylum. Yeah. The killer is now in an institution. Because why not rip off Halloween? So they're now ripping off the movie that ripped them off. This is rip-offception.
The only thing worse is that this is quite possibly the laziest orderly in history. I mean, he drops a carton of milk and doesn't even bother to try picking it back up. It even conveniently holds the door open. Isn't it a vital part of his job to make sure the doors are securely closed?
Okay, all this build-up and then Santa's just standing there. It looks ridiculous.
Lenz? Billy Lenz? It's the guy that killed his family at Christmas, back when I was a kid.
Gee, thanks for the exposition there, Santa. We really needed to hear that. Also, yes, the killer in this version is actually named. He's called Billy.
The least intimidating name ever. Or run away from Billy.
Also, why would they assume that Billy is dead? Wouldn't that have been a pretty big news story?
Is there no place for Santa Claus?
I have no idea if that line is supposed to be funny, but it is.
You guys keep him locked up with just a padlock?
That lock's just to make him feel at home.
Right, because his mom kept him locked in the basement his whole life.
The attic. See, that's the key to Billy Lenz. He just wants to feel at home. Especially on Christmas.
Okay, is everyone in this asylum either weird, lazy, or just there for exposition?
Okay, so let's recap. The killer is in an asylum, keeps trying to escape every year on his beloved annual holiday to try to murder his family after they kept him locked in a dark area of the house. We are 5 minutes in and they've already ripped off every aspect of Halloween and its sequels.
Meanwhile, we cut to a guy and girl making out in a car just outside the sorority house.
I could be with them anytime.
Yeah, but it's not anytime though. It's Christmas.
We know! The movie has mentioned the fact that it's Christmas in almost every line of dialogue so far. We fucking get it!
Look, I'm excited, baby, but I gotta be with my sorority sisters too. I mean, I've never really had a big family.
I'm your family now.
So you're making out with your sister? You little nasty!
Jingle bells, jingle all the way.
Did they mention it's Christmas? Just in case you forgot it's Christmas! It's Christmas! It's fucking Christmas!
We then cut to the inside to see the only actor to come back from the original, Andrea Martin, this time playing the house mother. There's also Mary Elizabeth Winstead, Lacey Chabert, and Dawn from Buffy. It's a weird mix of holidays cheer and apathetic scorn.
And the blonde chick who starred in the When a Stranger Calls remake the very same year. Everyone hated that one too. Damn, tough year for her, poor thing.
We then cut back to the asylum, where it seems Billy has decorated his cell with Christmas decorations. Christmas decorations that I'm pretty sure nobody would give to a homicidal mental patient. It's also here where Billy kills the guard with, and I'm not kidding, he stabs him with a candy cane. Hey, it's that chick from Final Destination 3, the one who got toasted. And here she's getting toasted, but in a very different way. I bet she's gonna die a really horrible death. Man, it can't be easy being typecast as the chick who always dies in terrible, scary movies.
So the blonde chick hears a music box and decides to follow it all the way into the attic. Why would a person ever do this? I mean, sure, the original had stupid moments too, but this is ridiculous.
What are you doing?
Oh shit. Okay, well done, you got me. But jump scares are like the laziest form of terror ever. The original got you scared by suspense and tension. This one just makes a loud noise.
Also, murders are happening even before Billy has escaped. Ooh. So, Exposition Santa gets killed, and Billy just decides to take his clothes and walk out of the asylum completely undetected, as if he's Agent 47.
This is a serial killer dressed as Santa Claus. This is ridiculous. Hey, that was different.
I'm just offended by a pagan sacrifice to ward off evil spirits on Christmas.
Oh, will you just shut the fuck up and do something? In the original, the killer was kind of in the background. He killed occasionally, but they focused on the main characters. They build the characters so you actually gave a shit, and then the killer came in at the end. But here, it's just nothing. How do you talk so much and establish nothing?
And not only are they buying Billy a present for Christmas because wouldn't you buy gifts for Michael Myers? But the house mother gives some vital exposition.
Billy Edward Lenz was born with a rare liver disease that gave him yellow skin.
I'm pretty sure jaundice is not that rare. A quick Google search says, and I quote, jaundice is one of the most common conditions among newborn babies. It's estimated 6 out of every 10 babies develop jaundice.
Who's fucking with me?
So we get a flashback to Billy's mother breaking an ornament over his crib. For absolutely no reason.
His mum was basically a bitch who murdered Billy's father right in front of her, so... This is why he grew up to become a serial killer, apparently. This is literally Rob Zombie's Halloween. They're ripping them all off! What made the original so good was how ambiguous it was. It'd be like remaking The Haunting and showing all of the scares. Oh, wait.
Then his mom and stepdad lock him in the attic. As you do.
I think someone's in trouble.
I heard they're rebooting your sister's show, Dawn, and Joss Whedon is hardly involved. Ah!
So they get the first phone call from the killer, but it's not as scary as the original, or as subtle. Or as good.
I mean, I do find it really creepy here, and I do like the fact that we actually see the first phone call. In the original, the first call that takes place, they say that this caller has been doing this for a while, but we don't actually see the first phone call. So it's cool to actually see the harassment begin here. And they even use the caller ID to see that it's from their friend Claire's phone, which is a cool little update.
They then run into Eve, a typical nerd outcast with glasses whose only purpose is to be a red herring.
Thanks, Eve. That's so sweet.
I know you like the Bible and stuff.
She's so creepy, man. Is she the killer?
She gives her a glass unicorn that somehow is supposed to represent the Bible, but they all seem so surprised to see her there. Isn't she part of the sorority? Doesn't she live here?
Also, it turns out that this massive sorority house where all these people are living used to be Billy's house. So Billy, his mum, his stepdad, and we later find out his sister Agnes, 4 people were living in this massive 7-bedroom house, apparently. Okay. Oh well, have a lame sex scene. Man, how does anybody realistically fall asleep during sex? Even if the pussy was terrible, I don't see how it's possible. I swear to God, will you shut the fuck up? We get it! It's Christmas! It's in your fucking title! It just ruins the whole tone of the scene!
Oh, we get another flashback where Billy's mom goes upstairs to the attic to rape her son so she can be impregnated. Just like Halloween 6.
Why? Why do filmmakers continuously insist on inserting incest into their horror movies? I don't understand! And then we skip to 9 months later to meet baby Agnes. Lovely, probably born with webbed feet.
But then we cut back to Eve for another red herring. Wait, wouldn't Agnes be a bit too old for college? But look, a POV shot of the killer like in the original, so it's paying tribute and it's clever.
About as clever as lobotomizing Stephen Hawking.
Who hasn't gotten a gift yet? Lauren?
Just give her a shot of tequila. Wish her happy holidays and she's good to go.
Woman after my own heart. So it looks like their friend Megan is calling them, but it's actually the killer. Alright, this is actually quite creepy.
She's my family now.
Everyone should be home for Christmas.
I'll be home for Christmas.
Will you shut the fuck up about Christmas?
That was not Megan.
Well, no shit! Dumbass! But that's when Kyle shows up. Well, maybe he'll have a character. Nah. But since he was just in Megan's room, they blame him for the prank calls, but he denies it.
You know, you spoiled bitches. You come here for a couple of years and you leave. I live here. I stay here. I used to play on this street before they turned them into frat houses. This was the house that scared the shit out of us.
I swear, man, the first 31 minutes have been nothing but exposition. Do something! You've had no character development, it's just been exposition and fucking flashbacks! With close-ups of Billy's eyes. Get it? Because in the original we only saw the killer's eye? Oh well, his mum buys Agnes a doll for Christmas. She thinks she hears something upstairs, but her mum denies it. Wait. So she's still feeding him in the attic to keep him alive? Why? What's the point? Why not just kill him?
Merry Christmas.
Who the hell answers the phone with Merry Christmas? Except maybe Buddy the Elf. Anyway, Billy calls her up before stealing Agnes away, eats her eyeball, then throws a bottle in the stepdad's eye socket. Because in the original, we only see his eye! The movie's about as subtle as the fucking Holocaust! And then some Christmas cookies. Because it's Christmas, don't you know? It's Christmas! It's fucking Christmas!
They're also made out of his mother's flesh, just to get you into the Christmas spirit a bit more. Agnes does survive the attack, but Billy murdered the rest of their family and is then committed to an asylum. I wonder if they get a family rate.
Did they ever find out from him why he killed his family?
He literally just said Billy was declared insane. Dumbass.
Whatever happened to crazy? What happened to crazy? What, you can't be crazy no more?
Claire? Megan?
Even after all those reveals, they still try to do more red herrings.
So Claire's sister shows up. You see, in the original it was her father, so here it's new and unique. But they do find a present under their tree from Billy, and it turns out to be Agnes's doll. Alright, that is pretty creepy. The blonde and her boyfriend start to argue over whether or not to use the internet to find Claire, but they hear noises in the attic and head off to investigate. But the original was just so character-driven. Here, I just don't care. The blonde finds out her fella had a sex tape and starts to doubt his loyalty like in the original, but there's a big difference. This one sucks.
I didn't hurt anybody.
Yeah, Merry Christmas, asshole.
Fuck all you bitches.
Okay, the director clearly didn't understand the original or what made it so good. He didn't. In the original, Kyle was ambiguous and mysterious. You didn't really know if he was the killer or not until the ending. Here, Kyle acts like a serial killer throughout the entire movie.
You're a better sister to me than my own sister. Yeah, and Dick Cheney's a better sister to you than your sister.
That line doesn't make any sense. She doesn't know Dick Cheney. That line literally only makes sense if you're friends with the person. Whatever. While another girl agrees to go outside to fix the power in the cold. Well, she's dead.
So Final Destination 3 girl decides to take a shower so the movie can have its obligatory nude scene, and Rob has to endure censoring more of this review.
Fucking fantastic! Wait, there's a peephole in the floor? What? Why would anyone ever put a peephole in the floor? It's just impractical and makes no sense.
Seriously, the floor tiles just pop right off and nobody notices them, or the holes in the floor.
They even angle it incorrectly too. There's no way he'd be seeing her in the shower right now. He'd be seeing the ceiling and that's pretty much it.
Up in Eve's closet, I found this and these.
It's all dramatic just to show two false eyes. And also, she had a toy doll. Oh, will you just stop with the lazy jump scares? Do something scary! So Smoker Girl gets attacked and dragged down a vent by the imposter, which does look pretty cool, before being killed by a weird fork thing. Because we ripped off every other Halloween movie, why not steal from 5 as well? How the hell is he even getting from the attic inside to downstairs underground outside? I mean, we later find out that his sister, daughter, whatever, Agnes is actually helping him. Because apparently she's evil now and killing for some reason. But my point stands, they both have teleportation skills somehow. So the killer calls them from Dana's phone, so they rush out to see that she's gone. Alright, her decapitated head gets thrown out to them and it does look pretty good. One thing I really can't fault the movie for is the acting. It's actually insane.
He's out here.
Well, no shit! Why does everyone in this movie like pointing out the fucking obvious? Alright, remember how the house mother in the original was so much fun to watch? Well, in this one, she hardly even does anything. She's completely pointless.
One of them finally decides to call the cops, but sadly, there's no John Saxon on the other end.
We stay together. We lock up the house, we grab the fireplace poker, escape pole, or some shit, and for the next 2 hours, not let each other out of our sight.
No, we are driving to the police station.
In this weather?
Even if they can't do anything, at least we will all be safe there.
Dad, we're not all here.
I mean, the blonde girl's right. The killer's not going to attack you if you're all together. Literally just stay in a group, never let anyone leave your sight, you'll be fine. But I guarantee that's not going to happen because this movie is stupid. But no, they have this big, nice moment where they agree to stay together.
Get the police here as soon as we can.
Let's go.
Son of a bitch! You fucked it! You immediately fuck it! You know you're making no sense and you don't give a shit. You're doing it on purpose. Fuck you! Okay, that was a funny and clever fake out. Well done.
So Mary Elizabeth Winstead and Andrea Martin, the only two good actors in this flick,
Hey!
end up getting murdered. One by a teleporting killer inside the car.
I mean, she sees the car rocking and what, doesn't think that that's out of the ordinary? And do nobody in horror movies ever check the backseat of their cars when they get in anymore? It does look cool though as the blood splatters on the inside. Okay, that just looks hilarious. A serial killer's after them and then she dies from a fucking icicle.
I guess the killer has psychic powers over icicles.
Oh no, now Dawn's dead. Man, if we only made a plan to stick together. Then the killer offed someone else I can't remember. I swear she'd just been in bed the entire film. Wait, so she texted her, but then the phone rang as if she was calling her? Does the director not even know how phones work? Oh well, her eyes have been removed, then Kyle returns and denies it.
There are two bodies in the driveway.
Maybe you did it!
Maybe you did that!
Was it him? How do you know?
For one, why does this prove that he didn't do it? Oh, it couldn't be him because the phone is up there. I mean, it's not like he just rang her from that phone. But two, why is the other woman so shocked? Literally, you just watched her ring this phone and do this exact same thing about 10 seconds ago. None of this makes any sense.
What have you done, Billy?
She's my family now.
I swear, they've just rid the original of all of its mystery.
He's in the attic. And I hear someone else.
How the fuck are they teleporting back and forth so much? Why are you even so shocked? You knew a serial killer was up there, you let your friend stick his head in, and then you're shocked when he gets attacked by a serial killer! Oh, well, he's dead. His death was so good in the original because, again, it was ambiguous. At this point, we didn't know if he's the killer, and then he approaches the final girl looking suspicious, and then we cut away. We don't know what happened. Then when the police show up, he's bloody and dead on top of her. And we still don't know what happened. Was he the killer? Did she kill him in self-defense? Or did she panic and shoot him without even finding out? Was it accidental? We don't know until a later scene, which in my opinion should have been cut. But it was so good. Here, it's just a generic slasher kill. Oh, did they forget to mention? Ah! So Billy here eats some intestines or some shit because they're edgy. But where's Agnes?
Everyone should be home for Christmas.
Is he doing a Chucky impression?
They're not your family. Agnes.
Oh, that's Agnes. But Agnes is a girl. That's clearly a boy. I'm so confused. Billy does show up and it is quite creepy.
And your brother's not here.
No, my daddy's here.
I have no idea what's going on and I don't really give a shit. The whole sequence of him chasing them is just lame. There's no mystery or intrigue, and I didn't care for any of the characters, so it just means nothing.
So the house catches fire, the girls end up in the hospital, and our killers are, of course, presumed dead.
So the coroner zips up the body bag, and I'm sure nothing bad's gonna happen. Psych! Of course Billy's alive for a sequel by ending that will never happen, because we have to rip off Halloween Resurrection as well!
Did they just never check for a heartbeat anymore? Oh well, he kills the guy, and frees his sister.
Yes, have Claire's sister open up a present because we care so much about this character and her arc. No! No one gives a shit! Just end! It's all over!
You okay?
Oh no, Agnes kills the boring sister. How is this still going on? And how are they even alive? Didn't the house burn their asses down?
So the ceiling tile starts to move, panicking the blonde girl, who rushes to the defibrillator, which is conveniently in her room for some reason, despite her not actually being a heart patient. That's handy.
God, the killer looks ridiculous. Look at him. I ain't taking this seriously, the yellow-ass Simpson. He literally gets stabbed by a Christmas tree.
Maybe they couldn't find a giant candy cane for him to land on.
Wait, what's with the goofy-ass music? It just ruins the entire tension. This movie sucks. It's awful. Pure trash.
I think you'll be hard-pressed to find anyone who disagrees with you on that.
They clearly didn't understand the point of the original. All of the mystery is gone to give the killer a motive and a backstory that isn't needed. The scares are lazy and cheap, it has occasionally creepy moments, but honestly they're cliched scares that are in other better movies anyway. The characters have nothing to them, but it's not without merit. I do think the cinematography is alright and I did enjoy the acting performances. But man, it just didn't need to be made. It's a disgrace to the original.
If the original was scary and subtle, then this can be described as laughable and outrageous. It's all noise but no actual scares. It's just like the remake of The Haunting. It's easily one of the worst remakes ever made.